Did you know that hydrogen is the most common element in the universe? It's what makes up the most of the gas giant Jupiter's hidden ocean. But here on Earth, hydrogen has the potential to change how we power our world. It's cleaner and more efficient than fossil fuels like gasoline or diesel. With new technologies, hydrogen could play a big role in a cleaner, greener future. Let's explore why hydrogen is so important and how it might shape our world. In the universe, one of the atoms has a unique quality. The fact that there is no surface above which water could evaporate is what makes Jupiter's big ocean, called the Jovian Ocean, possible. The ocean looks like water, but it is a giant hole that is stuffed with hydrogen. The difficulties of making liquid metallic hydrogen in labs are too severe as the requirements are too extreme. Nevertheless, hydrogen in its gas and liquid forms can be used, which are more manageable. Every year, we use over 70 million metric tons of hydrogen in many different sectors, like the chemicals industry, fertilizers, and oil refinement. However, water is not just for hydrogen. This might as well mean generating electricity at home and being an environmental factor all over the globe. In conclusion, how come that hydrogen has the potential to meet our future energy needs? And how is it superior to diesel or gasoline? Yes, a pound of hydrogen holds 3 times more energy than the fuels we use now. It means we will be using hydrogen in more efficient ways and therefore less of it to achieve the same purpose. This really matters for refineries, which supply fuel for aviation, steel making, and shipping that need high energy fuel. These industries require energy to pump fuel into the furnaces, which are heated to extremely high temperatures, like over 2,732 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,500 degrees Celsius. However, to obtain such high temperatures, they have to use fuel. And nowadays, this amounts to commonly burning fossil fuels, which on a large scale produce carbon dioxide. On the contrary, if hydrogen replaces coal in the steel-making process, the environmental pollution will be significantly reduced. Rather than generating the harmful carbon dioxide, it emits water vapor, which is the best alternative for our environment. Besides, hydrogen can be safely stored for a very long period. What's more, we are familiar with its properties, so this is another reason why it is an ideal power source. And the best part, the only thing it can leave us with is water. The best thing about hydrogen energy is how it can be used in various forms. It could play a significant role in an eco-friendly future that is less polluted, particularly for those industries that cannot use clean energy very well. Hydrogen, when paired with fuel cells, can replace even electric cars that normally run on electricity. In general, electric vehicles have lithium-ion batteries where anode and cathode store the energy. However, the way fuel cell electric vehicles operate is different. They produce electricity by mixing hydrogen with oxygen. This process makes electricity, and water and warm air are the only products left. Also, in the matter of refueling, they're fast enough to take only 5 minutes at a special station. Regular EV can take up to hours to charge fully. Hydrogen cars are also 2 to 3 times more productive than petrol cars, and they can be operated for more than 300 miles on a full charge. Therefore, fuel cell vehicles may become substitutes for regular electric cars, especially for larger ones such as trucks and ships, for the reasons discussed above. In fact, as far back as 2017, more than 75% of the auto industry executives were convinced that the next stage of electric vehicle technology wouldn't be battery electric cars like the ones produced by Tesla, but hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. According to their forecast, the hydrogen power industry will be worth $140 billion by the year 2030, and this will also create 700,000 jobs. But there's a catch. As of now, the way in which we produce hydrogen is not very green. The fact is that it's a little bit ironic that hydrogen is considered a clean energy source, but how we produce it makes it a pollutant. Hydrogen, moreover, is not the same kind. Look, hydrogen is not like that. It doesn't just wander about without being attached to something in nature. That is mainly a process of combination, as the atoms are often attached to other elements to form molecules. We need to remove pure hydrogen from these compounds, which is a process that requires energy. The type of hydrogen we can get can differ depending on how we do it. This hydrogen can be labeled with different colors. The most widespread type of hydrogen at our disposal is the so-called gray hydrogen, which is produced from a natural gas source like methane. Hydrogen is a product when methane and steam react in a high-temperature environment. However, the technology of steam methane reformation, or SMR, which is also employed to power the CNG buses, also releases a lot of carbon dioxide. However, hydrogen may not be as clean as it is assumed, and gray hydrogen is not the best alternative for the time being. The second form of hydrogen is the blue variety. Just as is with gray hydrogen, its production is quite similar. However, the emissions produced by SMR are stored using carbon capture and storage. Blue hydrogen is a green alternative to the gray hydrogen, but it also has some negative environmental effects, namely from burning fossil fuels. The main emission here is methane. This brings us to green hydrogen, which is the ultimate clean solution, and it is the future of energy. Green hydrogen is the product made from renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. At present, green hydrogen accounts for less than 1% of yearly production. Nevertheless, this figure is expected to go up as the production infrastructure expands and the cost per unit decreases. It is developed by electrolysis, which is the process of passing an electric current to a container of water to bring the hydrogen and oxygen atoms apart. The electricity drawn for the separation process is from renewable energy sources such as sun and wind. But the issue is that the amount of the cost of making the green hydrogen is more than 3 times the amount of the cost of making the gray hydrogen. It can go anywhere from $2.5 to $4.5 per kilogram on average. Nevertheless, a price of green hydrogen, even if it is not too much higher than $1 per kilogram, would be needed to compete with gray hydrogen. However, the falling costs of renewables and development of hydrogen infrastructure globally are the factors that could bring down the price of green hydrogen. In principle, it will surely be an incredible achievement if the most abundant element in the universe could be used for the benefit of many applications without producing any pollution. Green hydrogen has a wide range of uses, and it can power vehicles, factories, and homes, creating a lower carbon footprint for the people. However, it is important to note that if this is indeed the future energy resource, it will take at least 10 years to completely extend our infrastructure to the extent where we can begin supplying hydrogen as a fuel source to the typical house. The process of transforming our dependence on fossil fuels like natural gas and coal to a source of energy which most people don't even know of may be a long and hard one. But in the end, when you measure the growing population and the rising demand for more energy on a planet that is not able to accommodate the rising levels of pollution, it is not just a fantasy to have lots of clean power. It is a necessity for the future. In order to prepare for and successfully navigate the impending global climate disaster, sustainable energy is essential. But we must move quickly as more businesses implement net zero strategies in an effort to better meet global climate targets. Hydrogen is playing a bigger role in these initiatives. However, the road has only just begun, and the adventure has only just begun. Reaching carbon neutrality is a challenging and protracted process. The good news is that hydrogen is the most prevalent element in the universe and can be found all around us. All we have to do is figure out how to use hydrogen efficiently while minimizing expenses. The good news is that new technologies are available to support businesses at any stage of their journey towards sustainability. The world is currently trending in that direction.